Okay, I just left off with discussing the economic problems that we're facing after the revolution and as we've established the Articles of Confederation. Okay, so in 1786, because this is going on, some leaders in Virginia, including James Madison, tried to call a meeting of the different states in Annapolis to discuss what they can do to strengthen the economies, to make things work better. Only 5 states send delegates, which is an evidence of our continued mistrust of central power, central government, right? Fear of strong central government. All right, so the economic despair of this time is going to come to a head in the winter of 1786 when a Massachusetts, and again, things start in Massachusetts, farmer called Daniel Shay is going to lead a group of angry farmers on the courthouse and arsenal in Springfield, Massachusetts. All right, what they're angry over is they can't pay their bills. Shay's going to lose his farm to the bank. It's going to be foreclosed on because he can't pay his bills because the government didn't pay him for his service during the Revolution. All right, so the government can't pay its debt, and now, if you remember, Georgia was settled partially with debtors. Shay and his friends can be put in jail. Farmers in Massachusetts and the rest of the colonies would be put in jail for not paying their debts because the government can't pay them the money it owes them. They don't get their pensions. They don't get the money owed them. They're losing their farms. So they're very upset, and Shay leads this uprising, Shays Rebellion in Massachusetts. All right. Now, eventually, it's going to be put down. The Massachusetts militia will put it down. Shay will be sentenced to death. He flees to Vermont. Eventually, he's pardoned, thankfully, right? But what Shays Rebellion really does, it shows that the government's too weak. The articles don't work. It's not functioning right. Something has to be done. All right, so Shays Rebellion is going to lead those guys who were in Annapolis, Madison, and others to call for another convention in 1787 in Philadelphia, and we'll talk about that. There, 12 of the 13 states will send delegates to. Rhode Island hangs out, doesn't come. All right, but they're going to say, hey, what are we going to do? We have to address these issues. Our government's too weak. All right, it's obvious. The Articles of Confederation cannot protect our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if they cannot protect our inalienable and natural rights, what do both Locke and Jefferson say we need to do? All right, and that's what they're going to address in Philadelphia. Now, not all of the articles, or not the whole time, is it a failure. There are a couple of successes. All right, the Northwest Ordinance, I want you to remember. I don't know if you can see everything on there, but the Northwest Ordinance does a couple of things that I need you to remember. Okay, the Northwest Ordinance is going to deal with the territory north and west of the Ohio River. All right, it's going to be carved into a territory. It is this ordinances. There's a couple of them. Establish rules for a territory to become a state. Okay, very important. It's going to sell off some of the land in the Northwest Territory to pay down our national debt. We've been in debt from day one. All right, and also use some of that money to establish public schools in the Northwest Territory. And it's also going to ban slavery in the Northwest Territory. All right, so I want you to remember those 3 things: schools, all right, ban slavery, and how do states or territories become states. Another success of the Articles of Confederation is going to be the Treaty of Paris, 1783, that ends the Revolution. All right, if we look over, where am I? There I am. Okay, the original 13 colonies. When we sign the Treaty of Paris, we get all of the land from the Appalachians to the Mississippi River. All right, so more than doubles the size of the continent of the United States. All right, so we'd count that as a success. All right, so remember then, there's a couple successes, but for the most part, the articles are just too incredibly weak to do anything effective. All right, they just can't pay our bills. It can't provide for a common defense. It just can't do the job of government. All right, pick up with Unit 3, Lecture 2 later on.